Today I have the pleasure of speaking with Randy Reifel of Chesapeake Gold. How are you today, Randy?
I'm great, Tracy.
Randy, I'm so excited to have you here because you are one of a handful of companies with one of the largest gold, silver, and zinc properties in the world. Like, what, is there 4 or 5 of you in the world? And can you give us an overview?
Yeah, that's, I would say there's about a half a dozen big world-class projects like Metates, and Metates has proven and probable reserves of over 18 million ounces of gold, 500 million ounces of silver, and 4.2 billion pounds of zinc. So world-class by any measure.
Okay, and with this world-class property, in 2013 you did an NI 43101. Can you tell me why we're doing another pre-feasibility study?
Well, big projects that become big mines have a big capital cost. And and most of these big projects are located in remote locations and don't have little or no infrastructure. So to achieve any kind of positive economics, you have to build them to full design. In the case of Metates, this study will show that you can economically build Metates small and grow big.
And of course, for all of you out in Investor Intel audience, Randy, you might be one of my most likable clients. Every shareholder I speak to are like, Randy's made us money in the past, we're staying with Randy, we're holding on, Chesapeake Gold, we're in with Randy, right to the end. Can you tell me a little bit more about your team? Because I think you've taken the same exploration team with you to Metates.
I have the same team that was with me in Francisco Gold, and Francisco Gold discovered 2 world-class mines, El Sosal and Marlin, so I have that core team with me in Chesapeake, and it's wonderful to have them still and loyal and want to make our shareholders money.
And of course you use them to sell previous exploration plays.
Yes, yeah, well, we sold Francisco Gold in 2002, and it was a result of their discovery and hard work that we had that reward.
And is this your plan for Chesapeake Gold, or are you planning on selling it?
That's exactly right. We're de-risking Metates to a point where we think it will become an attractive acquisition for an M&A or for a strategic partner.
I saw you in a presentation and you were talking about scaling the mine from smaller to larger. Could you explain this to some of us that may not understand what that actually means?
Okay, so in the original study we were looking at initially a 60,000 ton per day starting position and growing to 120,000 tons per day. In the new study we're looking at 30,000 tons per day and growing to about 90,000 tons per day. So lower CapEx and something just a little more, I think, positive for given our capital markets today.
And of course you discussed how you were going to add value to the premium value to Metates. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Yeah, I think we're looking at exploring some regional opportunities around Metates. We haven't done that. We've been totally focused on advancing Metates through now 2 pre-feasibility studies. These geologists that were very successful with me in Francisco have identified targets around Metates, and we're quickly advancing them to a drill stage.
And you've got money in the bank. I mean, there's a lot of exploration companies that have run out of money. You have money in the bank, and you're not planning on diluting shareholders. You've only had 1 raise. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Yeah, I think 44 million shares outstanding.
Yeah, since 2002, we've only done 1 public raise. We've raised $15 million. We did get other capital through some acquisitions earlier on in 2006. But yes, we don't have to raise any more capital. We've got $25 million in the treasury, no debt. Our burn rate this year has been around $400,000 to $500,000 a month, and we expect that to be half of that in 2016.
I also, was thinking when you were presenting yesterday about where you're located and some of the competitive advantages, the economic advantages of Metates. Could you just share with our audience what I heard yesterday?
Yeah, well, there's a couple things. I think first off, you look at Metates itself. The ore body sticks out of the ground, outcrops over 300 meters vertically, and is mineralized pretty much from surface to depth. So you have a very low stripping ratio, which means a lower mining cost. The project's best grade is near surface, represents about the first third of the project's active mine life. So if you have your best grade and your lowest costs up front, this is what helps you have a faster payback of capital and a higher turnover rate of return. On the capital side, our proposed process site is within 50 kilometers of a paved highway, railroad, power grid, and natural gas pipeline. That's a huge benefit and capital advantage to Metates.
Okay, I love it. So just tell us what we as shareholders should anticipate, say, in the next couple of quarters.
Well, of course, first will be the updated pre-feasibility will come out here in the fourth quarter, and I think that's a very positive event and for the future development of Metates. And then, as we just discussed, we've been doing some very aggressive regional exploration around Metates, and I think these targets, some are district scale potential, and we'll get them to a drill stage. I think that organic pipeline development will be newsworthy in the coming months.
Well, Randy, thank you so much for updating us today.
Pleasure's mine, Tracy.